我操！我刚刚在那边就听见一只小猫在叫哎，啊，没想到真的有小猫。哇，好下好大雨啊！哇，好可爱啊，这小猫。这应该不是家养的吧？我去，我带你走吧。哇，下大雨了。走，我先带你走。哎呀，你抓我裤子了！抓我裤子了！哎呀，放开！有家宠物店啊，给他买了个箱子。他这个有没有他吃的呀？
会不会吃啊？
就奶啥的。
猫粮。
有没有奶呀？这个应该没断奶吧？
没断奶，这个少着呢还。
啊，有没有那种羊奶呀？
羊奶有。
还有。
哎呦，
它是个橘白，
可爱的很。
老婆，
放心的给它热奶头呢。
哎，躺，吃，
给它喝点奶。
把奶头兑给啊。
他不会找奶吗？
哪能会找吗？第一次他找不到奶，他多久没吃过奶了？他咋找奶？
是在这儿呢，在这儿呢。他还不吃，在这儿呢。
你太能跑了啊，小子！啊，外面下着雨的。好了，别跑了，下着雨呢，外面。强制喂奶。
二胖子耐求。
贼长的指甲，我都被他抓烂了。我去，终于开始吃了。还是这羊奶粉管用啊！你抢人家奶喝去了，他没奶喝了。哎，给他买了点羊奶粉，然后还有个奶瓶。走吧，陪我去吃个饭吧。啊，你看你在这里被别人拿走了，陪我吃个饭好吧？啊，苗总，你叫啥名啊？哇，这块是个好地方啊！今天晚上就搭在这里吧，有个小亭子。嘿嘿，小猫咪，我让你出来跑一下吧，好吧？你出来跑一下吧。你出来吧，你冷不冷啊？哎呦，你是不是冷啊？哎呀，跑哪去啊？我刚洗的衣服呀，还是很香哦。哎呀，出来吧！哎呦，真的跳哎！小小个子，你跟个大耗子一样，别我把你踩到了，我把你踩到了，等一下，非得要挨着我是吧？啊，我先搭帐篷，搭完帐篷的话，是不是？刚刚去那个宠物店，然后把那个指甲剪了，宠物店老板也给你，别专我搭个帐篷。衣服拿给你了，我这衣服20块钱呢。去吧。哇去，你真的粉红的。小奶猫。 小心。简单一点。新的生命，新的生活。也让你万事小心。看看你这个，看看你这几个。8发动机，哦，啊，你的毛好痒啊！不知道能不能打。你洗澡了没有，大概？啊？你的眼睛两边是什么东西？待会给你擦一下吧。真是服了，好意思叫，马上有的吃了，别慌啊！ 撒尿哎！哎呀，我真是服了！你撒尿了？哎呀，跑脸是吧？飞的天，把你屁股拉远一点。刚撒尿，怎么了嘛？说你一下怎么了嘛？说不得。泡的很软。
Street lamp flickers on wet stone. You curl beneath a broken phone. One paw lifted, barely there. Two ribs showing through your hair. 3 steps closer through the pour. 4 walls waiting by the door. The thunder hushes as I kneel. Now your heart beats next to mine. Every tremble turns to time. No more wandering alone. You are seen. You're not unknown. 5 towels wrapped around your frame. 6 hours calling out your name. 7 breaths slow on the mat. 8 dreams where you don't look back. 9 days watching you sit tall. 10 times you didn't flinch at all. The window glows with morning's trace. Now your heart beats next to mine. Every tremble turns to time. No more shadows in your eyes. You got sunshine in your cry. 11 walks without a leash. 12 meals shared in patient peace. 13 nights you nudge my hand. 14 reasons I still stand. Now your heart beats next to mine. Every tremble turns to time. No more counting wounds or fears. You are home. So am I here. Streetlight bleeds on cracked concrete. You press against the cold incomplete. One ear twitching at my tread. Two ribs rising, barely fed. 3 steps closer through the downpour. 4 walls waiting past this door. The wind holds its breath as I reach. And now your heart beats next to mine. Every shiver turns to time. No more wandering in the gray. You are known in every way. 5 towels dry your matted fur. 6 hours watching you stir. 7 breaths steady on the floor. 8 dreams knocking at the door. 9 mornings seeing you sit tall. 10 times you didn't flinch at all. The dawn spills gold across the sill. Now your heart beats next to mine. Every shiver turns to time. No more shadows in your stare. You got warmth beneath your chain. 12 meals shared in patient rain. 13 nights you rest your head. 14 reasons hope's not dead. Now your heart beats next to mine. Every shiver turns to time. No more counting wounds or fears. You are home and so am I here. And so shivering in half light, can't quite find your face. Soft breath, endless space, your name just out of reach. Something in the silence, pants brushing away, falling. shadows hold the night. Almost say what I mean. Hold you when I can't speak. Trace hope on your skin. You feel close in your quiet. Everything's going calm and dangerous. In my dreams, I'm still brave enough to love you. All the words I lost feel warm and true. Fear never finds me, only you. You say my name when oh goodbye. In that world we never lie. Morning breaks edges around you. Light and I watch you fade. Day pulls you away too soon.